kilometers you'll ever walk. Please call 1-800-345-5188 to register.
Crazy, I'm crazy for you in the night. I'm crazy, crazy for the band that's just right.
Gas costs up to 50% less than electricity. And if you switch from oil or electric to a high-efficiency gas furnace and aren't satisfied at the end of 1 year, we'll refund the furnace price and reinstall new heating equipment.
Crazy for the cash you save in natural gas.
Call Washington Natural Gas today.
Every year, for the last 10 years, the government has conducted a crash course on safety. The class of '89 included one very distinguished graduate, the Audi 100. A car that not only passed the course, but received the best score ever recorded, graduating summa cum laude from the school of hard knocks. The 100 from Audi, the alternate route.
Magnum P.I. tonight on Channel 7.
From Television City in Hollywood, the always controversial Morton Downey Jr. From Major Dad Shanna Reed, renowned horror film director Clive Barker, making his national television singing debut, Webb Wilder, and another look backstage at the Grammys, plus Tom Scott and the band, along with me, Dan Miller. All here tonight on the Pat Sajak Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Sajak.
I guess electrifying some of those chairs was a good idea out in the audience there. Nice of you to be here. Glad you're with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I just noticed a big improvement. This show continues to improve. If it's any more improved, we're going straight to the Smithsonian next to Archie Bunker's chair. Look at this. We have apples here. We had a... Oh, look at this. Isn't that nice? Are these real? See, we had an empty bowl, and now CBS has gone hog wild and bought fruit for us. We're very excited. Very good. Can we have oranges tomorrow? Those are great. Yeah, we'll have different things every day. It'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, welcome to the show. Among our guests tonight, excuse me, is, wasn't all that good. They bought bad fruit. Who's here? Oh, Morton Downey Jr. is here tonight, and sure, you can applaud that. Actually, this is now the, this has been up for a long time coming. It's the kinder and gentler Morton Downey, and he's kind of changed his image. He said he would, and he has. I saw him backstage. He was nice. He was polite. A stagehand got in his way, and he said, "Would you please excuse me, you scum-sucking pig?" It was a very... I just made that up. In fact, you want to meet Morton now? Would that be a good idea? Ladies and gentlemen, he is... what is he? He's a singer. He's a songwriter. He is always controversial, but now he has a new talk show on television, and, ladies and gentlemen, he's a movie actor as well. Please welcome the multi-talented Morton Downey Jr.
I like the new set.
You like this? It's good. I was up...
The wall's nice. You just haven't carved the names in it yet.
No, that's right. It's lovely. Now, I heard a noise as you came out. You sort of created this noise on television, this kind of noise that has sort of haunted television now. Where did that come from? Why did...
when I first walked out on stage, they said, "Here's Morton Downey Jr." I hadn't been on television before, and the audience went, "Ooh."
Is that basically it?
And that's how it started.
I see. Did you care for an apple, Mort? They're really bad, and they match your socks.
It might be as sour as that last line.
It might be. Well, frankly, I doubt it. May we ask about, and I mentioned movie roles, and people might think we're kidding around here, but you're in films now. You're in films.
Yes, out here right now, as a matter of fact, doing Predator 2.
I assume you play the title role. No.
Wrong.
No. What are you? What are you? What are you in this? What be you in this
I
movie?
play Tony Pope, who's a Geraldo Rivera tough street reporter.
Mm-hmm. And
Geraldo Rivera tough?
I don't know. You think you could take Geraldo in a fair fight?
Could I take Geraldo in a fair fight?
I asked you first.
It would automatically wouldn't be fair if I was fighting.
Okay. Now, what is this? Is it a big role? Is this a?
Well, no, it's a reasonable role. It's a reasonable role. I get single frame credit. I think that's what they call it.
Oh, that's good.
Really, of the 8 stars in the show, I'm the 9th.
Well, that's all right. But it's a start. Would you like doing films?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I get to be a nice guy.
Yeah. Now, do you?
I get beat up twice.
Do you?
Which is definitely method acting.
It's kind of a catharsis for the audience, I would think.
It's kind of a catharsis for the guy who beats me up.
Yeah, I would think so. Now I've read. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Tom's enjoying this. I read.
Behave, Tom.
I read that one of your. I would think, speaking of movies, if I were to guess your favorite films, I would guess Rambo or something. But somebody told me that your favorite film, one of your favorite films, is The Wizard of Oz.
I bet that was one of your producers.
Yeah, I did.
Boy, you believe your producers, and you always get the bum information.
Is this true?
Yeah.
You like this movie?
Yeah, I love The Wizard of Oz.
Have you seen it a lot?
Let me see. It's been on CBS, I think, every year, on television every year except 1956.
Is that a fact?
I think that's a fact ever since television's really going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love the movie. And
now, CBS had a big part. You know, they aired the movie, I guess, on this very night, tonight.
Just aired it right before we went on.
And they showed, I guess, some footage that had not been seen in the original, film.
Had an hour special.
And they had a big party last weekend. Sunday, and I was not able to go to this thing, but lots of big stars were there. Did you go?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you schmooze? Are you doing that Hollywood thing?
Yeah, of course. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. You know, and everyone went, what the hell is that?
No. Who are the big stars you met? Who were the big?
I met Jessica.
Jessica.
I met Angela Lansbury.
Angela.
Hello, Jessica.
Yeah.
And of course John Forsythe, who's fabulous, and Lindsay Wagner.
Now, what's your favorite scene from The Wizard of Oz?
I think the favorite scene that I have of The Wizard of Oz is when that house is just swirling around and this little girl is wondering if she's going to live through the accident, and it's all black and white, and you open the door and here is all this magnificent color facing it.
Yes.
Because in 1939, when you were born, this was, you were born. In 1939, color was not that familiar. I mean, this was magnificent to come from black and white and step into color, and something they do now.
Yeah. Now, do you have any fun facts about The Wizard of Oz? A lot of trivia involved with this thing? I assume
well,
you
not
know
really. I guess the only fact, you know, there's a mention of a bug in there, in The Wizard of Oz. Something, I think the Wicked Witch of the West mentioned something about a bug. And what happened was there was an identification of that bug because it was a new dance they were introducing in that film that they pulled out later on. And it was called the Jitterbug.
That's right. Didn't they shoot the scene and everything? And it never
shot
made it
the
to
scene,
movie?
pulled it out. The Wicked Witch of the West got badly burned in that fire when she was supposed to disappear. Little known facts of no interest whatsoever.
You ought to do a kid's show. Uncle Morty does it. It would be kind of nice. You'd be good. Come here, you little
I like
twerp.
kids.
Do you really?
I like kids.
Yeah?
I love kids.
Well, good. That's good. Now, well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, with some things I want to talk about. I want to talk about Andy Rooney. Would you be willing to do that?
You bet.
I want to talk about Donald Trump when we come back.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'll talk about anything. This looks like we're really reaching, but, you know.
No, what would you rather talk about?
No, I like to talk about Donald and Ivana and the fact...
You just insulted the host's choice of subject matter?
Insult you? God, I wouldn't do that to you.
Please, I'm fear. God put the fear in me that that's going to be seen on the promo tonight, so don't do that. We'll take a break and be back with Morton Downey Jr. I almost guarantee it. Stay with me.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Oh, I'm in Georgia,
Because
sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you do.
You know, school's tough enough these days without a kid feeling all hungry by the middle of the morning. Doesn't have to. There's so many good flavors of instant Quaker oatmeal that it's easy to get a youngster to love it. Instant Quaker oatmeal. It's the right thing to do.
It's called Drixoral, a powerful 12-hour cold medicine that at one time you couldn't buy without a doctor's prescription. Today you can. Drixoral works just as hard against colds as it always did. You just don't have to work so hard to get it. 12-hour prescription strength Drixoral. You don't need a prescription. just a cold. Now Drixoral also comes in a 12-hour non-drowsy formula.
Today, changing your hair is as easy as pushing a button. Lilt presents Push Button Perming. Just push the button for lots of body. Push the button for great hold. Lilt foam makes it easier because unlike lotions, you see where it's going for less drips, less guesswork. Now you can have beautiful hair with Push Button Perming, only from Lilt.
Before you choose a body shop, ask a few questions. Do they have the know-how to make your car as safe as it was before? Will they fix your car only if it can be done right?
I'd say it's time for a new car.
Do they pay close attention to details? All the details. What about experience? Have they repaired over 5 million cars? If you don't know, you better get Mako.
The only reason I mentioned Donald Trump was not to go for the sensational, but I assume you know the man because you've worked at Trump's hotel, right?
I do. I know Donald. I know Ivana. And, you know, they're normal people who are having a marital difficulty. It just happens to be millions of bucks involved. And how sick the press is, unfortunately. Not the press. How sick we are that we allow the press to run our soap for us every day on the front page. There's other things more interesting in life than their divorce.
Did you ever think you were exploiting people on your show seriously when there was some criticism of the old show? And did you ever feel like that as you look back now that you were putting some people through some things that you shouldn't have?
Yeah, I did, but what I was doing was I was exploiting the exploiters. That's what I usually tried to do. People who had exploited other people. Whether they had exploited the poor or the blacks or the blue collars, I tried to bring that out so that they had their comeuppance of a day.
Now, are you, on this new show you're doing, this is on CNBC, a cable outlet. Are you, what kind of show, what kind of Morton Downey do we see there?
Well, you see Morton Downey just like you see him right here, except once in a while, if there's that baloney that keeps creeping through when you're talking to a guest and they don't level with you, you'll see me get up close and personal.
What you'd mean, the theatrics are there, you think?
Yeah, there's the theatrics there if I can. It's amazing. People will come in brave as can be and they sit down. The minute that television camera goes on, they're going to tell a lie. They come on with the greatest feeling of telling the truth. The minute the camera goes on, they realize there's millions of people out there. I'd better cover this and color a little bit. Well, I don't want them to do that. I want them to tell the bare bone facts.
Mm-hmm. Is there the rowdiness that there was?
There's an audience, and my audience is, I don't consider rowdy. This is a fun audience.
Yeah.
They're noisy.
Yeah.
There's other shows.
We sedate them before they come in. That's the difference.
Well, imagine what they'd be like if they weren't sedated.
Imagine,
That's
why
an
we do
exciting
it.
audience.
Yeah.
I looked at your audience. It's a lot of young people. People who really haven't been interested in what's going on in the world until shows like yours and mine and others of the nature come
along. You don't
along.
have to lump us all together. We appreciate it.
All right, shows like yours.
Now, I mentioned another guy before we went to commercial, and that was Andy Rooney, who's in a little trouble here at this network. You have any thoughts on the whole Rooney situation?
Well, you know, I get in trouble every time I open my mouth, Pat, so let's go for it, all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go for it. Since when has the accusation, unsubstantiated, carried more weight than the denial? And that's what we're setting up here. We're setting it up so that every nutcake in the world can say, Pat Sajak said to me on the telephone yesterday that he didn't like one-eyed Armenians. And all of a sudden, all the one-eyed Armenians call CBS and you're gone. Even though you say, I never said that. I didn't know there were any one-eyed Armenians. Yeah. Well, when the accusation carries more weight than the denial, then we've lost our First Amendment, our freedom of speech.
Okay. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Sure. Do you watch much television? You mentioned Geraldo. That kind of what it's called. I don't know what you call it. Sort of tabloid TV got to be the sort of cover name for some of the shows that are on.
I don't watch tabloid TV much. I watch the only tabloid TV I watch is 60 Minutes and 2020. I watch those.
Yeah. And they are some of that. They do.
Of course, they're the original. They're the original tabloid TV. But I'm a news junkie. I watch every news program I can see on television, including keeping a set running on CNN and HNN.
I'm not sure what HNN is.
Headline news.
Oh, yeah. Headline. Yeah, I never heard it referred to as HNN. But see what you learn by doing
Isn't this exciting?
Now tell me about your love life. What's happening here? Tell me about this woman and what's going on. And
same love life I had a year and a half ago, except now we're mates, and I don't mean on ships.
You're mates.
Yeah. Now we're one.
Okay. Does that mean you're married?
Well, married is a word that says you can marry, a marriage of words, a marriage of things, marriage of spirit and soul. Yeah, in that sense we are. But you know something?
How many?
I
if you have any idea what the hell he's talking about.
Lori is very private. I mean, even though she's an actress, she's a very private person, and she doesn't. I don't want to end up on the front pages, or her to end up on the front pages like a la Donald Trump.
All right. So
that's our private life, and we'll try and keep it private.
Now, if you were in my place, would you have just accepted your answer?
No.
Of course not. Now, how would you have followed up on that? Let's just say I just said, my private life is private.
Your private life is private. Are you embarrassed to admit that you are married to that woman? Is there something about that woman that we don't know or you don't want us to know? Why don't you tell us what you know about that woman that this audience would like to find out tonight?
You know, at this angle, you're a very attractive man.
Don't say that. It's liable to end up on a promo.
Thanks, Morton. We'll see you later in the show. Morton Downey
Thanks,
Jr., folks, stay right there. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, I'll call you back.
When the diagnosis is minor sore throat pain, the physician's desk reference lists maximum strength Sucrets for soothing and aesthetic relief.
Feels better.
Sucrets, soothing medicine for sore throat pain.
If I told you my pantyhose could go through an obstacle course like this without a snag, you'd say, no way. And I'd say, no nonsense.
Pantyhose that last are no nonsense.
You know I'm waiting, just anticipating
the pure taste of coconut.
But while I'm waiting,
Bounty is moist, tender coconut.
try a little tenderness,
Drenched in a sea of chocolate.
try a little tenderness.
Discover Bounty, the taste of paradise.
You look stunning. Thanks, Mom. Where'd you buy your gown? Brooklyn. They took care of everything. The guys look great.
Dad, Mom won't believe it's you. Brocklands did a great job for your mother and I.
Me too.
Brocklands. Our attention to detail leaves a lasting impression. Bridal sales boutique at 500 East Pike. Men's formal wear and rentals, all locations. Brocklands, your wedding specialist for over 75 years.
Some people want to change the world. We just want to change your oil.
What really happened to those missing campaign funds?
I'm glad you asked me that because it reminds me of a story my father once told me. He said, when the fish aren't biting...
Some people want to change the subject. We just want to change your oil.
Reason number 17 to see your Nissan dealer now. $1,000 cash back direct from Nissan on the fun and reliable Sentra Standard. That means right now you pay only $66.74. See your nearest Nissan dealer now, where satisfaction is standard equipment. Reason number 21 to see your Nissan dealer now, the Stanza Challenge. If you're thinking of buying a Camry, test drive a Stanza first. We're so sure you'll want the Stanza that if you still buy the Camry, we'll give you $100. Take the Stanza Challenge now at your nearest Nissan dealer.
Plays a military wife, Polly Cooper, on the CBS comedy Major Dad, which airs Mondays at 8 o'clock right here on this very network. Please welcome Shanna Reed. Hi, Shanna. Nice to come. Well, so what do you know about this military stuff? There's some of it in your life. I mean, your family was a...
Well, my first father was a Marine in World War II, and my stepfather was a Marine in World War II. But I wasn't a Marine brat. They were not career Marines, so I've learned more being on Major Dad about the Marines than I ever knew before.
Do you learn a lot I mean, is it necessary that you know a lot about military life, you think?
Well, I didn't learn too... My favorite part of acting is the research. So any role I get, I jump in any which way or the other. But on this one, since it's new to Polly, I decided to discover it as I went.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Well, that's a good idea.
So it was all a surprise to me, and... It's been fun.
So have you met Marine wives? I mean, people, your counterparts in real life?
I have. On a couple of occasions. We did a Jane Wayne Day.
Jane Wayne?
Jane Wayne Day, it's a real thing in the military. The Marine wives, we did an episode built around it. The Marine wives go out during the day and do somewhat of what their husbands go through or have gone through in the course of a day.
You mean the crawling under barbed wire and all that kind of stuff?
Yes. Really? We crawled under in a tunnel, and we got in the trenches.
How many would like to see her crawl under the trenches? Right here, ladies and gentlemen. Crawl for us.
Maybe later.
Yeah. Did you get hurt? I mean, that's...
No, it was fun. And we crossed a stream, and we threw mock grenades and shot mock M16s, and we hiked and wore flak jackets and helmets and everything. Anyway, so we had some real officers' wives with us that day as extras.
Yeah.
And then I went down to an officers' wives luncheon on Valentine's Day, and they asked me to speak about what it's like portraying a Marine wife, Marine officer's wife, and I was with the real McGilla there, so...
Yeah.
But I've been around a few of them.
So now you're learning as you go. That's kind of...
I am.
That's kind of fun. We're going to talk about some other things, but as long as we're on the subject of the show, we might as well take a look at a little hunk of it for perhaps those who haven't seen it yet from Major Dad. What are we going to see here?
I think this clip is about an episode in which the oldest daughter, Elizabeth, is going out on a date. She's going out on a date with a Marine, an older guy, and she's only 15, and he's taking her to a concert. And Polly feels very open and okay about it, and... but it turns out she's not. She freaks out. She doesn't want to be like her mother, but she turns out being just like her mother.
Let's watch Shanna Reed freak out from Major Dad.
I bet women start looking pretty good after months in the barracks. Add to that an innocent young girl in a stadium full of uninhibited, gyrating rock and rollers, driving music, pounding beats, pulsing energy, reaching into the primitive depths of their seething libidos, Sodom and Gomorrah. Is that me?
Wasn't me.
You don't get a chance to do on the show something you do very well in real life, which is dance. You do some of that, don't you? Yeah.
I do, and have done a lot in the past. They asked me if I was still in shape and if I still danced, and it's my first love.
Yeah. You've done this on Broadway? And...
I danced on Broadway. I did Dancin', the Bob Fosse show, and I did Chorus Line, the National Company.
Did you do... I always thought one of the most difficult jobs in show business was being an understudy on Broadway. It seemed almost thankless. I mean, it's a great opportunity in a way, but it could be awful.
Well, you know what? I think I learned more. I started out as an understudy in Dancin', and I got paid twice as much. I mean, and I learned so much. I covered 7 roles. I did, in fact, one night I did... Anne Reinking was in the show, and the first time I did her show, they announced... to the audience, tonight in the role of Anne Reinking, and everyone went, oh! oh, boo, boo. And I was about ready to walk out will be Shanna Reed, and so that was my first time on her
that's nice.
role. Yeah, it was a welcome.
I used to sub for Merv Griffin and get the same reaction, so don't,
You know how it feels.
don't feel bad. It's the same. It's the same. But it's a
Like
character.
not walking out.
It's
But
a character builder.
Character builder.
That's exactly what they
But
say.
I learned a tremendous amount doing that, and I wouldn't have changed that for the world.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Do you miss dancing? I mean, do you get a chance to do that at all?
Very much. I go to class and I stay in shape, and I probably always will. But I don't, and I've done it professionally in a few roles, TV movies, but I haven't done it since I left New York.
What's the Egypt story? You did some dancing.
Oh,
dancing in Cairo. I didn't know.
I did. I was dancing in
road
Las
act.
Yeah. I was dancing in Las Vegas, and I heard about a tour going to Cairo in the Middle East and Europe, and I wanted to get out of Las Vegas. I was dancing. I was covered. So I went to Cairo and danced there we were there for 3 months out of our year and a half.
Is this a nice place to dance?
Well, Cairo is very exotic. It's very, we had many strange experiences there. It's a very exotic place. It's fun dancing there.
Is
If
this
anything,
good
if nothing
exotic
else.
or bad exotic?
Well, it was good exotic. I'm a glutton for adventure. I remember one night we were dancing, and we had 9 bridal parties in the audience. I don't know, I guess they didn't have a reception. They came to the show, and there was 9, these spots of white sitting out there, and we realized they were brides. And then one thing they do, if they like you, they have a plate of garbanzo beans on the table. They throw them at you. If they like you, that's a compliment.
They throw beans.
And they also do this guttural thing. The women do it. The men didn't do it. The women do this. I can't do it. Or it's like this thing and deep in their throat, and but it's like applause, you know. And
maybe they have a bean caught down there. just a thought.
Could be.
Yeah. Well, it sounds
all 9 of them.
If I want to dance, I think I'll go to Cairo and
Don't
do
miss it.
Anyway, it's good having you here, Major Dad, Monday nights on CBS. It's a good show, and we'll see you a little bit later. Okay, Shanna Reed. Thanks, Shanna, very much. Stay right there. We'll take a break and be back with some music. And Dan at the...
This is the new freedom. A little bolder, a little stronger, a lot more in control. It's the freedom you feel with New Freedom, the amazing new maxi pad that gives you more freedom from accidents. The only maxi with the new peach protection strip that helps draw moisture along the center, away from the sides. This is New Freedom. More freedom from accidents, more freedom for you.
Looking for invigoration. Trying a real refreshing drink. Ocean Spray Pink.
Refresh yourself with sweet, tart Ocean Spray Pink Grapefruit Juice Cocktail.
Ocean Spray Pink.
Pop, popcorn, and cheese. Cheddar cheese, new from Chico-san. All the flavor of popcorn and cheese comes through in the crunch. From Chico-san.
You love the soap. There's only one place to call. CBS Soap Central, where you can hear it all. 1-900-773-SOAP. Call 1-900-773-SOAP.
The love seat goes here, and my new entertainment center goes over there. As soon as I get my income tax refund.
Why wait for your money? Get it fast with H&R Block's Rapid Refund. We file your federal return electronically so you get a loan against your anticipated refund in a matter of days. And the fees can be withheld too. Available whether Block prepares your return or not. Unless, of course, you like waiting. Rapid Refund from H&R Block to get your money fast.
Start now to do something about heart disease by attending the Health Expo's Live With All Your Heart seminar featuring Dr. Hans Deal, March 1st through 11th at the Tacoma Dome Convention Center. Call 627-3820 for information. All other Health Expo events and lectures open to the public. Call now. Don't wait until the last minute.
Canopy World, the Northwest's largest authorized dealer of Brahma canopies, is having a sale. Save on a new breed of Brahma truck toppers and camper shells. Lighter and more impact-resistant than fiberglass, Brahma canopies come with a lifetime warranty. So if you'd like to improve your truck's appearance and protect your cargo, visit the Canopy World location nearest you in Seattle, Tacoma, and Bremerton.
On the new KC 101, you'll hear Seattle's best mix of music. We always play at least 4 songs in a row with no talk. Turn to Seattle's official at-work radio station, the new KC 101.
Noel Lumber and KIRO salute the members of the Carpenters Union Locals for donating their time and skills to build this model home for the YMCA's Camp Terry near Preston.
Magnum P.I. tonight on Channel 7.
Big night on this network tomorrow because CBS will be broadcasting the Grammy Awards live tomorrow night, and our Dan Miller is at the Shrine Auditorium, has been covering all the pre-Grammy activity all week, and Dan always brings incisive, interesting, fascinating reports. Let's see what's going on down at the Shrine in the Grammys with Dan Miller.
Well, we are backstage here at the 39th Annual Grammys with Tisha Fine, who is the coordinating producer, right?
Yes.
Now, tell me what that means, Tisha.
That means you put the show together as far as talent, make sure they come, make sure they have a good time, make sure they still talk to you when it's over.
Yeah, that's a big responsibility.
Yes, it has its moments.
So you have a little power here, and if talent wanted to, like, perform in the orchestra, you have some influence over that.
Yeah, the right talent.
You have a pan flute in the orchestra?
You don't even have need for pan flute in the orchestra.
I'm telling you, it would add so much. One of my lifelong dreams is to play the pan flute at the Grammy Awards. You know what this is?
I'm afraid to ask.
It's a pan flute. Just listen, Tisha. Down by the old mill stream, what do you think?
I have no idea.
You got a place for me?
Yeah.
Can you
Come
use
this
it?
way.
Great, great. You think Douglas beat Tyson? I beat Douglas a few years ago. I knocked him out myself. I think I can do it again.
Does Dan need a vacation, or is it just my imagination?
Perhaps.
Tom Scott is, we'd like to think of you as Mr. Grammy. How many times have you been nominated for a Grammy Award?
7 times.
7 times. Now, is your Grammy broken? Somebody told me it broke.
Well, all Grammys tend to break right around the part where the little gramophone joins the bass. Yeah.
I didn't know this. This is like a scandal.
It is. Well, George Harrison, I was at his house one time. He's got like 6 Grammys.
Oh, you're at George Harrison's house. Just drop that in, didn't you?
But all the Grammys are broken. 6 of them on the mantle. It's a lovely sight.
That's great. You know, I'm going bowling with Jerry Van Dyke tomorrow. I didn't know they all broke. Well, that's interesting.
I didn't know you bowled.
Oh boy! Don't talk to him for a while. He gets very good. Now tomorrow, since it is Grammy night, and I know that you and the guys have a little salute to Mr. McCartney.
We do. We're going to play Maybe I'm Amazed.
Well, that should be exciting. We'll look forward to that. And you know, in addition, it's fun to have some of the established folks, but we also like to have some of the new folks on the air. And we have a group making their national television debut. Is that an accurate statement tonight? They are terrific. This is their new album. It's on Island Records. It's called Hybrid Vigor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Webb Wilder.
You think you're trying to do? There ain't a loophole that you ain't crawled through. You cooking a buck, you throwing a game. I want to call it off because the rain. I'll keep on keeping on trying to make it work. I got to tell you, you're just where it hurts. I'm fighting feelings I ain't never felt. It's like you let me fly below the belt. I'm in a pinch. I'm feeling the crunch. Fly out of there with your sucker punch. Let me make my point before I react. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You're heading where it is. You're heading where
For the break, you're right back with Clive Barker. Stay with us.
The Pat Sajak Show, sponsored by AT&T, the right choice, and by Nice and Easy, you only better.
Something kind of big is about to happen. It won't change your life, just how you think about 5 o'clock. Because that's when the best value in long distance is AT&T's new Reach Out America plan. 25% off, on top of our evening discount every weekday after 5 for all the quality and service of AT&T. Reach Out America, the plan that saves you round the clock. Just change the clock.
You want a real morale booster? Try something new with your hair color. Now, I'm not talking radical change, like your guy will say, "Who are you?" I mean, lighten a little, brighten a little, make it a little darker. Just more there. With Nice and Easy, you just shampoo it in. Oh, the feeling. I mean, feeling and feeling. Nice and Easy. You, only better.
When I bite into a York peppermint patty, I get the sensation of cold, crisp mountain air as I soar in the championship ski jump. Ta-da!
Lovely. You win a silver.
Get the York sensation.
A canister vacuum doesn't have to be big to be powerful. Get a new Dirt Devil Can Vac. The Dirt Devil Can Vac packs a lot of big cleaning power, but it's small enough to follow you anywhere because it's a Dirt Devil.
Imagine a Disneyland as big as the city of San Francisco. A Disney World with a surprise around every corner. 43 square miles of tropical paradise. The spectacular Disney MGM Studios theme park. And the incredible Epcot Center. Imagine yourself here, Walt Disney World in Florida. As big as imagination gets.
Hi, I'm Don at Crossroads Appliance in Bellevue. We're having a store-wide price blast. We need to reduce our inventory to make room for new shipments, so we're blasting prices on every appliance in the store. Like this GE pot scrubber dishwasher at just $2.99, or this side-by-side refrigerator for just $5.99, GE heavy-duty washer and dryer pairs from $4.99, or this GE microwave at just $79. Save big on every appliance in the store through the end of this month. Crossroads Appliance in Bellevue. Hope to see you soon.
Our next guest has written some of the most horrible books. Wait a minute, there must be a better way to say this. Some great horror novels, I guess would be a way. This is his latest. It's called The Great and Secret Show. He's also directed his second film. It's called Nightbreed, and it all happens to be doing very well. Say hello to Clive Barker. Hi, Clive. You look, as many of you horror film and book guys like Stephen King and Wes Craven, you appear to be like a normal human being. You look nice, you look sweet, you look kind, you wouldn't hurt to fly. Is this descriptive of you? Is there some of that? Is there a mask over there somewhere?
I think that's true of us all. We've all got secret lives. We've all got stuff going on behind our behind the facades we have to put on when we wake from our dreams in the morning.
Yeah. Were you like a normal kid? I mean, did you
no.
pull the legs off bugs and things?
No. But mentally, I pulled legs off bugs. You know, I just didn't naturally do it. But I think kids are a sadistic bunch, don't you think?
Well, they can be cruel to each other.
Yeah.
Did your parents know what they had wrought?
Yeah. I spoke to my mom and dad. They came to L.A. a little while ago, 2 or 3 months ago, and stayed with me. And I said, Mom, tell me, what was I like? You know, because you reach a point with your parents when you kind of find them again, you discover them again. Sure. And I'd reached the point when I decided I knew my parents as friends rather than as the people who'd given me birth. And I said, Mom, what was I like? Tell the truth. She said, you were weird.
Oh, that's nice.
She said,
what a nice
I can be honest now.
Yeah.
I love you, but you were weird.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Liverpool and had a wonderful, solid, nice bourgeois upbringing, and all the time this stuff is just taken away in my head.
Yeah. Were you nightmare prone? Did you?
No, I really believe these things are better out than in, and I always put this stuff on the page. Even when I was a little kid, I would write, you get fairy tales, you get maybe a few horror movies, certainly horror comics when you're a kid. And I think a lot of kids respond to that in a very healthy way. They like to see this material. I certainly did. And the nightmares were always out. They were out on the page. I was copying the drawings, I was copying the stories, and I think that's very therapeutic.
Stephen King has had some nice things to say about you, and I know you're an admirer as well of his. How is your stuff different from each other?
I do very pro-monster material.
Pro-monster?
Yeah, I mean, Nightbreed, which is out at the moment, we have like 200 monsters in the movie. And they're the good guys. I mean, the movie is full of all these strange creatures, all kind of warped and strange and misshapen, and the bad guys are the psychoanalysts and the priests, We know this is true. We know this is true.
So is your point what, we should leave these monsters alone here?
I think the fact is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be Dracula. The guy who holds up the crucifix in those Dracula movies is called Van Helsing, right? Mm-hmm. Who would ever see a movie called Van Helsing the movie?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
You see Dracula the movie. This guy gets to live forever. He gets to seduce virgins across a crowded room. Where's the bad news?
I hadn't thought about that.
And so I think it's pretty cool.
We have a clip from the movie, which I think spotlights some of these
yeah, we
various
have, I
monsters.
think, a clip where one of the guys, where our hero meets up with some of the Nightbreed for the first time.
Now,
They're not.
Do people have nightmares if they watch this?
They'll have nightmares if they don't.
Oh, I see. Well, there's a threat from Clive. This is from Nightbreed.
Okay.
Watch.
Six up rope. You got him. I got him.
Are you from Midian?
We should take him alone, Pelican.
He's not Nightbreed.
Your first movie was the Hellraiser.
I made a movie called Hellraiser, which you remember had the guy with the pins in his face.
Yeah.
He was one of my best friends from school, that guy, and he's just. That's true. It's true.
Really, you draw from your.
That's right, and he called me up from London. That character was called Pinhead. He just called me up two months ago. He's had a kid. He wants to call it Safety Pinhead. I thought that was.
That's very sweet.
Isn't that sweet? I think we should do it.
You're an extraordinarily sick human being, Clive.
Thank you. You're just saying that.
Just trying to get on your good side. Have you done? You did a Japanese talk show.
Yeah, I do talk shows all around the world.
Now, what languages?
Well, well, in Japanese.
Yeah.
I did one Japanese talk show with a guy, I guess, who plays samurais in Japanese movies. This guy, firstly, we were both standing in this kind of little compartment thing, and he screams all the time. I mean, he really, really screams. It couldn't be more different from the kind of gentle, sweet exchange about death and obsession that we're having.
Yeah. Just a lot of screaming.
Just a lot of screaming.
Sounds like a lovely show.
But maybe one Halloween you should just do it. You should just, just get out there and just scream at your guests all
Why
the
don't
way
we
through.
try that?
Let's do it.
It might work.
In Japanese.
And by the way, you're the second guest tonight to be wearing red socks.
Well,
this is a record for us.
These are dipped in blood. These were white this morning.
Oh, Lordy. I'll tell you what, why don't you stay right here? We'll bring everybody on back.
Deal.
Maybe we'll look into nightmares with this group.
Cool.
They look like a group that might have had a few along the way. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay right there. Nightbreed, Clive Barker.
cold? Gotta keep going? Gotta go with Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. When you gotta keep going, you gotta go with Alka-Seltzer Plus.
It can be hard looking at crunchy roasted almonds and creamy milk chocolate. Unless you have a Hershey almond bar to keep you company. Hershey, the great American chocolate bar.
New Weight Watchers Chicken Cordon Bleu contains no butter, no tropical oils, no chicken fat, no added cream. Maybe we should have called it Health Watchers Chicken Cordon Bleu.
Pure audio performance and motion. That's what you'll find at Car Stereo Specialists. Choose from a large selection of quality car stereo components featuring Blauput, Clarion, and Sansui. Add lifelike performance to your system with digital-ready speakers from M&M or MTX. Car Stereo Specialists will custom design and install even the most complicated sound system with ease. And you can protect your custom car stereo investment with the ultimate in auto security, Viper, a state-of-the-art alarm system. Car Stereo Specialists across from the Renton Airport on Rainier Avenue North.
It's Metal Madness at Cascade Frames. Decorator's Choice Alumiframe now half off. Save 25% on ready-made wood frames and 15% on all custom framing with friendly, experienced designers on hand to help. A frame for every budget and every taste on sale now at Cascade Frames, the Northwest Picture Framing headquarters in North Seattle, Overlake, and Linwood.
Take off around the world with Take Off, the game that gives you a fun-filled geography lesson every time you play. Take Off, winner of the prestigious Parents' Choice Award, is the perfect gift for your children or grandchildren. Take Off in 1990 to Frederick and Nelson, J.K. Gill, Learning World, and University Bookstore.
Introduce yourself to an American legend at Seattle's downtown Harley-Davidson. Their great selection of new and used Harleys, plus parts and accessories, have helped make them the #1 Harley dealer in the Northwest. For the best selection, superior service, and competitive prices, visit downtown Harley-Davidson, proudly serving the Harley enthusiast for over 30 years.
Yeah. Well, now we'll do the whole song this time. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars or drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They never stay home, they're always alone. Even more some would they love. Why does much country music? Why does much country music?
The gang's all here. Morton Downey Jr., Shanna Reed, Clive Barker, Dan Miller has joined us. You have scary dreams?
What?
You have scary dreams?
Now or in the past?
Yeah, like during the show, have you had one?
I had a few dreams while I was watching the show earlier. You know, I get the feeling everybody out here has had a frightening experience of some kind as a kid, especially Morton.
This is one of the most frightening experiences I've had. Listening to you try to play the pan flute.
I'm no Zamfir, but I stopped off at Paul McCartney's house, by the way, time coming over.
Did you, are you a nightmare type person?
No, I don't have nightmares. I have dreams that are rather funny. I dream, I guess you'd call them predictive dreams. I had a dream last night, for instance, a friend of mine was in Texas, and he was in San Antonio, which is a beautiful city with canals and everything, and he was sitting at a sidewalk cafe drinking a Lone Star beer. Now, why? Why? I mean, I never had that stuff in my life. This afternoon, we get a telephone call from my friend. He says, you never guess where I am. I said, no, where are you? I'm in San Antonio. I'm down here with Joyce. He said I had to come down and see the Lone Star people. Now, he wasn't drinking one, but he had an appointment to see the Lone Star people. I had no way of knowing that.
How many believe that story?
True story.
Is it? Really?
I have also dreams
Would he lie?
about people dying. It takes about 3 weeks before that happens.
You mean from the time you dream until the time they pass away?
Until the time they pass away. I dreamt about myself dying on my own show. It was about 3 weeks.
Well, I think we've all had that dream. How about you, Shannon?
I have nightmares. I do dream about being on stage naked. You know,
Really?
like I've forgotten my clothes, I'm there late, and I don't know my lines.
I dream about that, too.
I know.
dreaming about that now.
All right, come on, class. Let's...
No, I do have a dream, a recurring dream about when I was a little girl, and I had it for years. I'd go down to the basement. My mother or dad would send me down to get something out of the freezer or get clothes out of the laundry, and I'd go down. It was very dark, and the dream, I'm getting scared talking about it. And all of a sudden, I'd be in the middle of the basement, and these huge beasts would surround me. They'd be very, very tall.
Clive's getting very excited.
And they'd surround me, animals, people, half animals, and they'd be surrounding me. And then just before they would attack, this big owl would come down and swoop me up and carry me away. And then I'd be flying out over Kansas City, and then it'd drop me.
It means sex. Yeah. It always means sex.
When the owl is...
Flying?
It does. It always... No, the beasts. I mean, you know, she goes down into this basement. Were you naked in this one as well?
No, I wasn't naked.
Oh,
the owl, what's the owl have to do with it, though?
Let's keep the birds out of this. Let's just deal with the beasts.
I keep driving. Owls are, I guess, wise. I figured that was a wise...
Yeah, I think they are, actually. Yeah,
wisdom would come and take me away from the sex.
From the beast. Oh, wisdom would take you from sex? What a terrible arrangement.
Well, this is sex, you know? Yeah.
Is this as a child, or has this continued into your adult life?
Yeah, I stopped having it about...
You'll have it tonight now.
Yeah. Into my past puberty, into my early adult years. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then the other ones, you know, like you're running and someone's chasing you and you're trying to... A lot of flying dreams.
Well, flying dreams, I think, are positive dreams, aren't they? They're dreams about ambition and...
How about out-of-body dreams? Dreams where you come out of your body. I used to have a dream where I could always, just by moving my arms, float to any height that I want to.
Maybe some of that's
and
true.
View myself.
Maybe some of that's actually true. Maybe some of that's actually possible. You know,
when I was a kid, I dreamt about flying out of my body and viewing Stalin, Joseph Stalin. All right? Really, I mean, I'm a kid. I was a little kid, and here's Stalin lying in a coffin. In 3 weeks, that creep was dead.
Hey, don't call me if you have one of these, will you? And you voluntarily flew back into that body?
Oh, no, you come into your own body. Into my body. I just got into this body.
Yeah. I must have an engineering fetish because I keep dreaming about driving into tunnels. What exactly does this mean?
Sex.
Is this sex?
Sex.
Do you see a light at the end of the tunnel?
I'm not sure. You're about
I used to dream a lot when I was a kid that I would try to cross a street or cross, and I would get heavy and couldn't make it, and cars are closing in on me. And then I would have this dream that these little cars would be chasing me, and they would chase me up trees. This is very therapeutic for me.
Are there people who can analyze these dreams?
Yeah, I can. And about 3 weeks later, Stalin got into a little car.
You know, I had a true frightening experience in Moscow when Pat and our original producer, Paul Gilbert. Our original producer. We were going in to see Lenin's tomb. And this is the truth. We walk up to the gate, and the guard stopped me and said, "We have to talk to you." And I'm starting to sweat. He said, "We think you have something concealed on you." This is the truth, isn't it?
True story.
And they made me pull up my shirt. They thought I had something under my shirt. It was my stomach. Really crushing. For a moment, I was frightened.
Yeah, that's...
I've since learned to hold my stomach in.
Could have been an international incident. When you write to scare... do you write to scare people? Is that your...
It's one of the things that I try to do, sure.
And do all people scare the same way? I mean...
No, but I think there are some... I mean, it's kind of interesting that we've had, just talking here, several overlaps of closing in and not being able to run and, you know, cars with you, beasts, you know, I mean...
Is there a formula for fright?
I think there are certain things you can always do which will work, but I think, and you know, we fear the same things. We fear getting old, we fear losing our sanity, we fear losing our loved ones. You know, those are fairly solid things. But I think there's another thing that goes on, which I think is really important, particularly to somebody like me who makes these kind of things, that we actually enjoy getting scared as well. And there's a real ambiguity here, you know? A little part of us says, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see this movie. I've tested Nightbreed with audiences who watch it like this.
Yeah.
Well, the roller coaster, the music
exactly. And there's a real ambiguity there, and I love that because I, as a maker of these things, get great pleasure out of scaring people and them coming out of it shaking and saying, I had a great time. You know?
Your mother said you were weird when you were a kid. I heard you tell her.
Yeah.
Weird in what way?
What have I said?
In his choice of socks, primarily. But we have to break in here for just a moment.
Do we love that? Look at that. Look at that.
There's only one thing worse than doing your taxes, doing 100 other people's. Boy, do I have a headache. But I took 2 Excedrin. That's all it'll take.
You know, if you're on a low-fat, low-cholesterol diet, and you start eating Quaker oatmeal every day, it could help bring your cholesterol down. And they got numbers to show you that. Now, I'm going to tell you about something they can't measure with numbers, okay? I just plain feel better every day. As a matter of fact, most of the time, I feel terrific. And to me, that's worth more than all the numbers they got. Quaker oatmeal. It's the right thing to do.
It's nothing new, it's just the best. It stands out from all the rest. Some things are perfect just the way they are. The taste of chocolate when it's a Hershey bar. Oh, Hershey. Some things are perfect just the way they are. The taste of chocolate when it's Hershey. The great American chocolate bar.
I live a dangerous life. I'm too much in the sun. I go crazy with my hairstyles. But now, Pantene has invented new vitamin therapy just for overworked hair. It's a wonderful idea. Extra Pro Vitamins B5 complex makes your hair more strong, so beautiful and healthy. So you see, you don't need a new life. You just need a new shampoo.
My headache's gone. 2 Excedrin. That's all it took.
For powerful headache relief, take the power of Excedrin, the headache medicine.
It's the least I can do.
This is me, Robin Terry, before Nutrisystem. This is me now. I lost 113 pounds, and I feel great. I can do a lot more with my children now that I've lost weight because I'm able to do things that I couldn't do before. Like my youngest son likes to climb trees, and every once in a while we get an urge and we climb up and climb back down them. It's great when you know that you've got 2 boys at home that think more of Dad now that he's lost weight.
Now lose all the weight you can at Nutrisystem for only $89.
We're moving. It's a moving marathon weekend sale at Wall Systems Plus. Wall Systems Plus is moving, and this weekend, everything must be sold. We'd rather sell it than move it. Save up to 40% on room dividers, bookcases, entertainment centers, and TV cards. Move them out! Save up to 50% on stereo cabinets, bedroom sets, computer, and office furniture. Move them out! Save even more on closeouts and discontinued items. Move them out! It's this weekend, the giant moving marathon weekend sale at all 4 Wall Systems Plus locations.
Welcome back. This group is about 5 minutes away from holding a seance here. It's getting goofy out here. Anyway, our thanks to all. Morton Downey Jr. Showdown is the show on CNBC cable this evening again. Morton, thanks very much for being here. Also, Shanna Reed, thank you, and I hope you don't have the dream tonight.
Oh, I hope not.
Major Dad Mondays on CBS. Say hi to Gerald and the gang.
I will.
It's a good show. And our thanks to Clive Barker. Nightbreed is the new film. Thanks for bringing out all the scary stuff in us My tonight. pleasure, thanks. Dan, anything to add to this?
Am I ever in your dream, Shanna?
Yeah, only if it were an out-of-body experience. Also want to thank Webb Wilder for being here, of course, Tom Scott and the band. We'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Impeccable credentials. Warm and intelligent. Experienced. Paul Azan comes to CBS This Morning beginning Monday.
This is CBS. Take a look at local coverage. Now, take another look.
At Channel 7, local coverage means KIRO Eyewitness News at 5.
The only local news with full-time newsrooms all around the Sound.
The Capitol building itself, we're within the capital city. We're at Modesty's border.
Local newsrooms mean complete coverage and a better local newscast.
Local newsrooms. The best local newscast. Eyewitness News at 5 with Gary Justice and Susan Hutchison.
Before you choose a body shop to paint your car,
Have they painted more than 5 million cars? Can they deliver this kind of work at a price you're willing to pay? And do they back their work in writing? If you don't know, you better get Mako.
Discover our spectacular. The Pan Pacific Hotel. Vancouver's great waterfront experience. Discover our spectacular from only $84 per night. For reservations, call now.
I love the challenge of preparing taxes because the laws are always changing and each client is different.
Now, America's tax team knows how to deal with the changes.
At H&R Block, whatever your changes are, we can handle them.
We have the experience to help you with any change in your income tax situation.
We have to know the changes. We have to know the forms. That's our business.
Every year, more people come to H&R Block to get their tax returns done right.
We're America's tax team. Put us to work for you.
If your greatest luxury is having all the options, you'll feel beautiful in the world of Estee Lauder. Visit your Estee Lauder beauty advisor, and with your choice of $12.50 or more, we'll treat you to this free gift, including Knowing Body Cream and 2 lipsticks. Estee Lauder.
It's a beautiful world.
This gift is yours through March 3rd at Frederick and Nelson.